Welcome everyone. How you doing? Metaphysical Mama. Oh, we got a jumper and a hider. Jump and hid right away. Get over here. Get over here. That says something. Let's see. Off my screen. Oh, we got. Oh, well, it does say something. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday, or whatever morning, afternoon, evening, or nighttime, day or night it is to you. I just got some music playing. So we got Five of Pentacles, but this is like a blood sacrifice, some kind of magic shit going on. And we got the Chariot in the middle. So, if you have a flat bed battery, neighbor told. And we have five of Cups. Refusing to let go of something. So, oh, give me a second here. Well, we're all aware of all the mischief that's been going on and trespassing and intrusions and, right? I'm just going to say straight up, yeah, black magic, sacrifice, blood magic, sex magic, moon magic, womb magic, mirror magic, obstacles. I mean, I don't even, it's like I hear about it all and then it's just like you know, it's like if you're spending time to try to do things like that, you're in the end, you're gonna have to go back to square one. It's like if you're going to a party, so you dress up and you go to the party, but then you still got to go home and, you know, wash up and get back into your own bed in your own clothes after. So you may be able to temporarily, you know, play somebody else, play someone else's part, but you can never truly be somebody else, you know. And I just want to say too, sometimes, a lot of time, okay, I'm going to say in my videos, please always take what resonates and leave the rest. Some crazy shit comes out of my mouth a lot of the time. This is, right, judgment of the living and the dead. Okay, peeps. Okay, peoples. So, and I'm not judging personally. I don't give a fuck. As far as, I mean, I care if you, right, like I care, but I'm not, I don't give a fuck as far as I'm not holding grudges and judgments against any other person, place, or thing. That would cause dis-ease within myself, 404. And you know, so I allow myself to go through feelings and thoughts. And there's a lot of words that are in many vocabularies and languages that I wish we could delete and never have, you know, but if a word is triggering to you, that, or something I say or someone else says, or that you're thinking, think of the word or experience or situation why you're being triggered, and that is what you need to dig apart. Why am I allowing somebody to say something, and what word made me feel a certain type of negative way and have thoughts and feelings that now cause rage or, like, right, these different feelings of, right, dissatisfaction, anger, right, not feeling good enough. it's confusing because a lot of people use words in our languages in order to get a rise out of us. So our goal, or what might, is to take a look at the vibration creates form. So if a word is triggering us in a negative way, we need to look at that so that it doesn't, and see where it's being thrown out by others in order to cause chaos, destruction, fear porn, and for us all to fight one another. Because close your eyes. When we close our eyes, we can feel the truth. So it doesn't matter what somebody looks like, or, right, as far as like, they never judge a book by its cover. And the perceptions of what we all think we are, like as far as nationality, color, etc., people are going to be very surprised, right? We're all like, once you start digging through more of, right, your roots, you start to discover all these other, it's like we're the polar opposite of what we think we are, and then some, and blend it, and then we're not any of those things, and we're all of those things, right? So don't get too stuck on labels and names, and especially ones that jerkies use in order to make us feel bad about ourselves. Like, say you have some kind of disease, or that nasty N word that I used in one of my videos, I think yesterday. It's like, I want to delete that video. I never use that word ever, ever, ever. Hate it. If I hate anything, I hate that. And any other word that's used, like when people use things in order to harm others. If you're using a word to try to get a reaction out of another person, place, or thing, right? Establishment, and that makes you feel bigger and better. I mean, again, you're coming from a place of a feeling of lack. So, you know, say, so I just have to state that because, lots of misinterpretations. Or if you've ever been, I was just talking to a friend of mine, that's why I ended up late on the show. I went to do a video at 3:30, and then I had a friend show up, and so we were hanging out and chatting. Star, upside down tower, and sun. Star. Wait. Tower, upside down tower. And Mr. Sun, Mr. Sun, can I get the sun shining on me? Oh boy. Technical difficulties are normal. So we'll keep this short and sweet. So we have the star, upside down tower, and the sun. So what I was saying was, to me, kind of this present moment, kind of like the chaos and the tumultuous stuff going on between thoughts and feelings within ourselves and then within relationships, whether within a personal relationship you have with, right, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, lover, friend, work relation, family, and then apply to individual within self, because we are this tower, right? So, and we are the sun. We are each our own star, right? But the masculine sun, right? The sun rises in the morning, right? Sunrise at dawn. That's a different sun than at noon, than the sunset that's coming down in the evening time. Right now, it's right setting in the west, as they say. East and west are a little different to me. Internally, my internal compass, it's like I have to come the other way. Oh my. Wait, which way is which? North and south, I'm all right. But yeah, east and west, it's like, wait. That left right thing. Huh? So yeah, these are difficult times we're going through, soul tribe. You know, strength, have strength and patience and balance through these times. Like I said, make this short and sweet. I'm gonna pull an animal card. I'm gonna pull some of the sacred healing from the shamanic healing deck. We got like 4 minutes of blank space. They like to mess with me, boy. They really like to mess with us all. All right, what we got? Queen of Swords, Six of Wands, Seven of Wands upside down and reverse, Three of Cups, Hanged Man, Eight of Pentacles, working hard, Queen of Wands. Things are about to magically manifest because we've been putting all our hard work in. And everybody's doing their work. You know, if you're treating others how you would like to be treated best you can, we're not always, we ain't perfect. But you're working on you, right? Creating balance and alchemizing and, you know, being accountable and taking a look at the thoughts and the feelings that you're having within and where we direct them, and allowing yourself to, right? Queen of Swords, cut out what no longer serves, right? Letting go of what no longer serves us. Queen of Swords. And then Six of Wands. Look, she has like, they're like eggs or whatever here that's like, because of letting go with the Queen of Swords, we're making room for new things to be birthed, right? Upside down, it may feel like shit, right? We got the Seven of Wands here. So it's like a holding on to, right? But letting it fly. It's in reverse. So we're just allowing our heart to feel what it, right, needs to go through. We're opening the heart chakra. So it's going to be very uncomfortable during these times, right? Three of Cups. Right now, this is like, again, allowing, like right now, these cups are stocked up on top of each other in a stack, right? And there's two candles next to them. It's like, right, we have to take time out. A cup has to be cleaned from the inside out. So allowing ourselves to go through our shit and clean that shit up is what's up right now. Right? Hanged man, allowing, being suspended while we may not know the answer. We may not know, this is the unknown. But as long as we're doing what we need to do, we're right in the right space at the right time. We're in our now and present moment. Am I doing what I need to do right now? Then in this now moment, sometimes we can feel guilty because we feel like we're supposed to be physically doing something or being able to prove and show somebody else what we've been doing. But if you're going through your thoughts and your feelings and you're connecting with the divine feminine within yourself, right? And the divine mother, father, God, spirit, and clearing out, right? Going through your past life, what you do on a, regular basis, your pattern of thinking, your train of thought, where, right? It's like taking a look so we observe self, and that's doing a lot of work. Okay, that's doing exactly what you need to be doing. Got the purple Lamborghini lurking. Rose, the Lovers. And it's Kundalini rising too, right? So allowing our Kundalini, the two snakes that are wrapped around the base of the spine, it's going to take some time for them to, right, open up and wiggle up there, right? And allow the DNA strands to be activated, which is going to cause that negative disruption and the words that we've come accustomed to thinking, or the thoughts and the people that we think we are up until this now moment of time. We're going through a big shift, babies. So, Queen of Wands. Again, the caterpillar doesn't know it's about to turn into a butterfly, right? And we're approaching fall, right? So cocooning and going into self is an important, taking care of self. King of Wands wants to make an appearance too. A High Priestess. And even with like, because this one to me can sometimes mean some disrupt. There's like a little bit of dark energy somewhat. In this deck to me. And Page of Pentacles here. So this is more, these two are kind of like, jealousy, envy, spying. So some people aren't doing their work, or again, all of us are going to feel those things at certain moments. Jealousy, the sins, jealousy, envy, right? Wrath, ego, pride, um, gluttony, right? Ooh, I want more. I want more of that. So again, it's just learning how to balance it and be accountable for what we're doing that with, so that we have a little bit more awareness and balance. Yeah. I'm working on it too. It's like we all are. If you're not, then you should definitely worry. Forgive me for my wrongs. I have just begun. Uh-oh. Well, actually, I'm gonna give a little shuffle to the romance deck here. Well, unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So wherever there is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep a relationship going is where we need to let go. Hail Mary. Just, we don't even need to know what it is. And if you have an awareness what that is, you don't have to just like jump in like, oh, I'm supposed to. It's like allow yourself, right? It's like to be, all right, given the proper clarity and for the next move. You know, you're not in the right situation, the right job, the right relationship, in the right place, right environment. Maybe you need to, right? So true love is within yourself, right? This is the romance of a lifetime. And when we honor and respect ourselves, then others can do so. If we're just following what is being directed or thrown out there and having negative reactions and responding immaturely, emotionally, and expecting a paycheck and respect and like all this other stuff, it's like, wait, hold on a second, but are you doing your spiritual work? Or right, so if you're not coming from that place where you're practicing these things, right, then we're gonna have a hard time communicating, and it's gonna be the same old story and the same old song and dance and the same argument for, right, which I'm not having anymore. I'm not gonna have. I'm not. It's like I don't. I'm not. If somebody ever if it has a question or something that they're not understanding, or that right doesn't taste right in your mouth, like with me or something, if you have right, then absolutely come. If you're able to speak to have speak to me, speak to the source, and let's have a conversation. Because you're probably thinking I said or meant something from a different angle than I said or meant it from. Or you're coming from a place of reacting, which, right, I can respect because we're very passionate about what we are patriotic about, what we protect, right? So, but sometimes what we're trying to protect, we're a little confused about. So, we're reacting and like, oh, I'm gonna, right, with all good intentions, trying to protect our people, places, or things. But sometimes the information's a little twisted, or we're going off of a feeling, a personal feeling that triggered us. Or someone said something and there's partial truth to it, but it's mixed with unrequited love. It's mixed with so messy shit. That's all. Um, and humans are the only ones, calling in your soulmate, that hold grudges against their fellow animal friends, right? Like, remember, and they're like, yeah, remember when you, It's like, okay, but if you already have like, then why are you still, Then you didn't communicate properly. If you're still holding on to feelings of resentment and anger and all that other extra entitlement, want, right? Like all that, right? Stuff got to let go of. Though that's the stuff that's called the virus in hell, if we want to get technical, right? That means that, right? Like if the only reason for dis-ease is discord, right? Being out of tune. And then the only dis-ease is compromisation of the mucous membrane. So then we either have to watch better how we're thinking, because stinking thinking will pollute your brain and in turn your gut, because now it's holding on to emotional baggage and carrying it around, right? A carrier of a virus. Osiris virus. It's back, it keeps going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth instead of clearing the pathway, instead of getting in tune with your heart chakra and allowing, right, divine feminine and your higher conscious self and your divine masculine, all these things to come together as a unit. If your cities are fucked up within you, right? Your church and state, your state of mind, your internal cities, your all the organs and the stuff that's going on inside your body. If that's all chaos, right? We have to work on cleaning our waters, our land, our universe, right? The universe is with it inside you. Go ahead, little buggy bug. Release your ex. So calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Helps bring yourself together to make you whole, right? Law of one. So we're all connected. The time has come to clear your energy. Woo woo. Thank you, Spirit. Good messages. All right. I had a nice little visit with my friends. That was a nice little surprise and a pleasure. It's so nice out. Got to chill outside a bit and smoke a blunt and blab. Pleasure, pleasure. Reunion of souls. That was like me and my friend, like two little birdies hanging out, sitting under the tree. And we're actually, I have a birdhouse in the back of my truck here where I showed it to him. We were talking about hanging it on the tree behind me here. So that's kind of funny. Reunion of souls. Ted. So cool. And and divine timing. Always. And two little birdies up there too. And the eye. And look down here, transformations hanging out down here. So pretty cool cards for, and look, more sun, masculine energy, and letting go behind divine timing. So the sun came out in 2 decks, masculine energy. And the sun and 2 birds again, letting go. I'm going wild for the night. Oh, being polite. Absolutely sweet and never politically correct. Retreat. 519 3313. Self-love. Ascension. I'm gonna get ready to close out. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell and share so we can keep energy moving as well and keep teaching one another, because we're always, always, always a student. No matter how elder we get, feminine energy, or how smart we think we is, or how much money we make, or how many things we have, or all of those other things. If we don't treat others how we would like to be treated, reunion of souls, then what are we doing anything for? I love it. Transformation. And then there's the Taurus at the bottom of the spiral. Caterpillar. A lot going on in there. Sorry about the shadow. How about we get animal spirit energy? And then we'll close out. Oh, oh, oh. Squirrely squirrel. Nutty squirrel. Got one more. I called squirrel yesterday too. I'm gonna give one more. I shuffled these too, but We have a squirrel partner. Who we got? Ah, the hawk. I got to see a little baby hawk. I don't know if it was born or it was trying to, like a week ago, in the bushes behind me. All these little birds were going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in the bushes. And then this little hawk came popping out, and I thought the little birds were going crazy. I was like, what is happening? And it's funny, my friend and I was just telling him this story too. So number 26 and 2, squirrel and the hawk. And he was saying to me, I told him the story, and he said maybe the birds were doing that because of the hawk might have been trying to eat them. And little birds like that, like robins, they know that humans won't harm them. So they'll make their nests like next to light things and stuff, like where humans walk by. So like predator birds won't fuck with them or their eggs. So I was like, oh, maybe that's why they were like, so I was like, what is going on with these birds? They like popped out of the bush like alongside me and everything. I was like, what is happening? It was a little freaky. I was like, what the fuck? And then I heard thump, and then I saw a little white duck butt behind me, and I was like, what is that? And it was a baby hawk. And I was like, and his little legs were shaking like he was just born. I don't know if he was just born or he was out for his first hunt, one of the two, but it was it was an interesting moment to be part of. So here he shows up. Energy never lies, I tell you. And ribbit. So I so appreciate your time and energy, and thanks for hanging out with me. And hey, Soul Tribe, just keep on swimming. That's all we can do. Just keep doing you. I know what I'm saying. And I think that's it. Is that it, Spirit? A little bit of tune. Let's pull a crystal. I got my crystal cards too. Crystal card before we go. A zestulate, another 26. So look this up. See what the energy means. And Brandenburg Amethyst, number 38. Do I have my book with me? Maybe I'll read one of them. Let's see, 26, Aziztulate. Cosmic evolution. Azistulates are imbued with immense spiritual energy and information for guidance and insight. They are here to help Earth ascend into a higher expression of consciousness. Self-understanding. You are a being of light, here to help Earth evolve. Although you need to rise above mundane concerns, keep your feet on the ground and deal with the everyday. Too much emphasis on sweetness and light leads to ignoring your shadow energies, which become inauthentic and lethal. Niceness, if not acknowledged and integrated. Stay real and leave your ego behind. That's what the fuck is up. That's cool. And I'm happy that came out after I was like apologizing for sometimes how I have certain things come flying out of my mouth. Spirit gets me saying some shit sometimes, and I'm like, yo, why you have me just do and say that? Or I walk away and I'm like, shaking my head at myself, like, oh my goodness. But they're like, hey, this is what is necessary in order for us to be awoken, to get awakened the fuck up. So, it's not about and we got Shiva Lingam on the bottom of the deck. It's not always about the ego, what we want or don't want, or how we're feeling about something. You know what I'm saying? That's part of becoming a mature, sovereign, independent, creative, divine, multi-dimensional, fucking crazy ass light being. Dark, light, shadow, multi-dimensional, meaning light, dark, shadow. We accept all parts of ourselves. Yeah. You can't be like, oh, well, that's not part of me, or that's not what I was. Well, if you're still feeling that way, then you got to go back in, because you got to learn to love yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Through sickness and in health. So there's lots of stuff about ourselves we may not want to acknowledge or take a look at, but we have to. We need to. We need to look in our internal mirror, and we need to dig down in through our roots and take a look at our, at our shadow self, or what we're afraid of. That's more the shadow, right? Or what we've left behind or forgotten. So let's see. You are here to represent spiritual light on earth, spiritual light on earth, and help it evolve. Make yourself heard. A project is successful no matter what. That's what's up. Avoid becoming impractical and having too high an opinion of yourself to the detriment of others. Yeah, absolutely. Like, again, I don't even have an opinion, or if anything, again, we probably, when people think we're feeling one way, we usually feel less than. So it can appear somebody has a bigger ego, or they're so cocky or self-confident, but really they're scared and they don't feel good about self, and they're in a feeling of lack and fear. So it's coming out in a monstrous way, which appears very egotistical or very overly confident, but that's overcompensating for the feelings of lack, right? So it's like, nah, and then bring it back. And why? So it's not an excuse to justify why somebody's behaving a certain way. But we need to take a look at that. It's like, oh, wait, we go up and it's like, oh, did I do that too? I do. And then I can also go down there and it's like, okay, now at least I can understand where that other being's coming from and why they're behaving the way they are, rather than just casting out an opinion and a feeling and with intent that okay, because there's a difference when we're just like allowing things to fly on through, and when I'm having a personal feeling, thought, and opinion about something, that's different, right? So having awareness of where one is coming from at that moment in time is a factor, right? Okay. Do you know this song too? I love this song. Yeah, yeah. Do it all again. Okay, you are here to represent spiritual light on earth and help it to evolve. Make yourself heard. A project is successful no matter what. Avoid becoming impractical and having too high an opinion of yourself to the detriment of others. Retain your humility. Healing insight. Recognizing that every soul is precious ensures that you remain in cosmic harmony. And yeah, remember, like I said, every hair on every being's head matters. And that just doesn't mean this hair. A hair is a thought that goes, that gets sent out like a little noodle wave. A little noodle. See, 38, Brandenburg Amethyst, the perfect blueprint. A master healer. The Brandenburg Amethyst holds the perfect blueprint of your soul and all that is. It heals physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, karmic, planetary, and ancestral auric layers, and imprints the most perfect energetic pattern possible. That's pretty fucking amazing and cool, eh? Self-understanding. You are a being of pure consciousness and are wonderful just the way you are. Embrace the clarity of your core being. Let go of mental constructs, karmic imprints, soul imperatives, and relationships that no longer serve. Heal the past, reframe previous choices that you have made in your life, and take a new pathway to step into your soul purpose and expand higher dimensions of your soul. Woo woo. Let's see, divination. You are perfect exactly as you are in this present moment. Yes, you are. Perfectly imperfect, we all are, but you're perfect just the way you are. Step onto your soul path and seed your future with potential. Self-discipline and clear focus bring your dreams to fruition. Aim for the highest. Healing insight. You are perfect exactly the way you are. Frequency, extremely high. Chakra, all, including the highest. Timing, any moment. Soul path, seeing the perfection in each moment. And the other one, the azazulite, I didn't read that part. Exceptionally high frequency, chakra, all, and highest crown. Timing, every moment, and soul path, assisting the earth to evolve. And then I'm going to read the Shiva Lingam because I'm aware what that one is. And it's a number 32. And that has to do with the balance of masculine and feminine energies too. And there's a lot of ancient, like in like Tibet, and look up Shiva Lingam. And it's number, I said 32. Alchemical union. A Shiva Lingam embodies the wisdom of the deities brought to earth. Masculine, feminine, and masculine. Wait, divine masculine and divine feminines. And messes that are coming into that. It's like, just because you come that don't mean you stay that. Then you got to also acknowledge your dark side. So you may have come light and then you have to acknowledge your dark, or you came dark and now you got to acknowledge your light. So either way, you're balancing the alchemical union. You have to experience all parts of self, right, in order to have balance as a whole, as one whole atom containing many other atoms. All right. It symbolizes uniting dualities and manifesting the creative force. Self-understanding. Be compassionate with yourself to heal. You have masculine and feminine and other dualities within your being. Integrate them to release your creative power. A Shiva Lingam is produced from the tumbling waters. Life shapes you in the same way. So go with the flow. Soul scouring reveals your divine core. If you were hurt or abused, be compassionate with yourself to create healing on all levels. Divination. Get back to basics and put passion into your life. Honor your libido and creative fire. Create balance. Expect a new relationship or revitalize an old one. Practice sexual magic. Cut ties where appropriate. Remember, you create through the power of thought. Everything passes. In a turbulent time, unexpected benefits emerge. And careful with that practicing the sex magic thing, because a lot of beings are using that very inappropriately. And that is going to backfire up your ass. Just saying. But, however, it is a very intricate part and important part of what makes us us. And so it's meant to be sacred energy and respected. But yeah, so there's much to be learned, but these are some reasons why things are such a mess right now too, right? Because we've used them, they've been used in manners of like, right, like pornography and like different ways that exploiting, right, the Shakti, Shivalingam, and the Shakti energy, right, the sacred feminine energy, or right, the cup of Hermes, the masculine energy, and which is there's a lot of like, right, there's a lot of mix-ups now, we'll say. Just say it. So discernment and like, right, this is again, this is for when you have maturity and awareness. That's why it has to do with part of the original sin, right? Like, and it's not, but it is, but it. But it's like, you know, again, when we do stuff too young, we do or get forced to do stuff too young. Okay, so or we thought that's what we were supposed to do, or that's what it meant, or that would get us there quicker. It's like, wait, but now you have to do all this healing because now there's all this harm and abuse and pain and right. So just to, sorry, not to be a Debbie Downer about all that, but you know, really kind of a important thing. We're trying to come out of like being exploited in all those ways so that those things are um, brought back to their sacred natural state and respected, because it is a beautiful thing when it's respected and honored, you know. And then like, yeah, there's infinite like amazing things that come with that. um, so but that's a whole nother video, kitties. We'll do another one that day on the, you know, on sacred sexual unions and like tantra and all that stuff, because it is important. And yeah, that's very, very, very sacred and very, very, very yeah, right, personal. So that's not something that just like anyhow, well, I'm gonna have to, we'll have to do a whole video on that. Really, that gets really deep, right? And I know like for me personally, I really like have love and respect for every part, all that and that especially. But then there's also like a lot of pain and harm and hurt that like definitely I'm still experiencing, going through, due to that behavior being used so frivolously. Because like, right, our memory has, our atoms have cellular data memory. So certain things that we're feeling and we don't quite know why we're feeling that way or having these thoughts and feelings about things is right due to the nature of the facts of what have been done to us in past lives and done to us, right? So, or that stuff that we've had to take part in order to, right, be part of the experiment, life experience on earth here, experiment. So but as we're coming into awareness of that, there's a lot of stuff that's been done that like we didn't agree to, right? So there's a lot of stuff that's why we're clearing that energy out of the way as we go through it. So it's important to really, like, for soldier PTSD and sexual abuse and all this other stuff, there's a lot of stuff we've all gone through. So it's very important to not push and force anybody into something that you right, that you think is going to be for ascension. And okay, it's like, what time is it right now for you? Be in your now moment. And if it's something that's like, oh, maybe, or like, right, it's like, okay, but is it time right now? If it's not time right now, there's no harm in waiting. Okay, so please make sure that you use caution with your body and yourself and your mind and your spirit and your soul and your energy. Okay, because you don't want to just, we're learning how to protect ourselves, and create a boundary and learn how to say no, without having anybody force us or hold threats and keep things over our heads, or right, like, you know, again, human trafficking and like, look, rape, murder, from how many, like, our lands have been taken from how long now, right? And our villages like pillaged, and the women were all taken, right? All our men were murdered, they took all us women, babies, forced us to be with, right, strangers. So I still have internal memory of those things. It doesn't feel good. So I don't know about all of you, but so sorry to get Debbie Downer there. But yo, yeah, this shit's yeah, real and raw and real as it gets, motherfuckers. And I ain't gonna apologize for you know, are they apologetic for what we've gone through? No, they still keep trying to fucking play Mr. fucking Magic Man. Look, we just shuffled and it came back again. You know, they still want to play fucking magic wizard and fucking kings and whatever, emperors and owners. Labradorite. I love Labradorite. Number 20. So anyhow, sorry, I went off the side reel there, but it was all, not really, it was all actually part of masculine, feminine within us. A lot of the old religions and traditions and rituals and all this stuff, they're using these things, right, to gain, for self gain. And yo, that ain't cool. That ain't like, right, that ain't divine. That's just being a pig, which is way different. And citrine, I love citrine. Number 18, and rose quartz. Number 15. I like those together. That's a good combo. Rose quartz, labradorite, and citrine. Where'd you go? Anyhow. All right, so Shiva Lingam. Sex magic. Sex. Blood sugar baby. She has it. Sex magic. All right. Get back to the basics and put passion back into your life. Honor your libido and creative fire. Absolutely. Honor your libido and creative fire. And we shouldn't have to feel bad about that, or like that if we're whatever, that somebody else wants to take stuff from us. And it's right. And about, again, lusting after another man or woman's husband or wife is sin. So just by those thoughts, lusting at, oh, I wish, I just find it, all that jealousy and envy, that's why, right? Like, what, Jehovah, Yahweh, etc., get pissed the fuck off, right? Because it's like, right, it's like, oh, it's your son wants to fuck his mother. All right. Priscilla Bluestone. And I think the only, again, it's like, yeah, and was also like, right, his wife was also murdered and brought to him half alive, right? Like Spartacus, sorry. Like, oh, we'll give you your wife back if you do these, if you fight this war for us, right, Spartacus? So he's like, all right. And then the people that said that had her brought back in like a hitch trailer with horses, but they had the trailer attacked, just like how we're getting, like, people are putting hits on us now. So it's the same kind of shit. And then they tried to make it look like, oh, it was done out of the blue and whoever did this is gonna pay. But they're the ones that set it up and did it. And so they had her die in his, brought her half dead body to him to die in his arms. So that really fucking, made him snap. And then he thinks that they're on his side, right? So now he's doing anything he can for these assholes that murdered his wife in the first place, but they're making it like, oh, they're his blood brothers and they have his best interest at heart, and they're so upset about how could this happen. What? Fucking lioness bitches. Anyway, You know, so again, having awareness of why something, or and then that, and then also if they have something that's right, like you ever watch Beastmaster, and they take part of the brain, the something in the brain out and make them go crazy. So, or if somebody switched, right, crystals are very, they carry, like, look how we're reading about these. They're part of the earth and they're part of you. So they have very, very much, there's certain ones you should not put near one another, or that can do damage, right? It's like, so it's important to have awareness of all things. Like if you're going to start playing with something, don't just go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and start going and buying a whole bunch of crystals and like throwing them all over your house. Do your research first and find what's like, it's like getting, it's really like getting a dog or a cat, like having an animal or plants. You have to know which ones are vibrating with you and speaking to you, and then which ones like to 10101, as I said that. Which ones like to be near each other, which ones like to be in the sun or moved or in the moonlight, right? So there's, it's important. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. Knowledge is power. So, right, the more understanding and understanding we have of things and how they work, take the time and the space to learn more instead of feeling rushed by an outside source or by ourselves, like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, I got to be doing that, da 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 da, right? No, do what you need to be doing in your now moment. Keep giving yourself permission to do so, so that you are a being that's coming from a more clear, balanced place, right? This is all your awakening. So this is all happening for a reason. Don't deny yourself who you are. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. It's like a never ending present we get to keep opening. And sometimes it's like, bah! And sometimes it's a prank, right? It's like a big whoopee cushion up in there. Or worse. All right. So get back to basics and put passion back into your life. Honor your libido and creative fire. Create balance. Expect a new relationship or revitalize an old one. Practice sexual magic. Cut ties where appropriate. Remember, you create through the power of thought. Thoughts are things. Food for thought. Thought, on second thought, afterthought, there's more in there, but that ain't coming to me right now. All right. Remember, you create through the power of thought. Everything passes. In a turbulent time, unexpected benefits emerge. And we keep getting that kind of saying, like, even though it appears one way, right? Something that appears like an intruder or very scary may be the best gift, right? AKA virus, something that like seems like it's after us. Maybe it's after you because it's trying to give you something you lost or forgot about for a long time. Ding-a-ling and ding-ding. And don't forget too, what causes disease is also the opposite spectrum of that is what's going to be the healing nature of it, right? So we have to go through within our mind and our thought process and our feelings, our states of being, right? What's the best course for our personal self to take while connecting with our divine masculine and divine feminine, and raising our conscious, Christ conscious child from being a little egotistical devil, right? It's a lot going on at once. Just keep swimming. Healing insight. True relationship transcends earthly experience. It is rooted in soul unification and unconditional love. And that's Venus, unconditional love. It's like no matter what, like a mom's gonna love you no matter what. She may not. That's a weird sound. I don't know what that is over there, but You heard that? But I was like, shh, air. Um, Venus is unconditional love. So it's like a mother is gonna love. She may not always agree with you, but it's like, oh, but they're always gonna love you, right? So that, and we're not talking about the rapist, yeah, stepmother, mother that is the incestual mother, that other shit that's going on. That's not. That's a way different thing, and that's yeah, we're detaching from that shit because that person, that being is sick and needs a lot of help. And I don't want to ever hear, oh, everybody got their own preferences. Motherfucker, that is not a preference. That's a sickness. What the fuck? But those are the people running our world too, right? Capitalism. Anyway, let me not get on there. All right. So frequency for Shiva Lingam. Earthy and high. Chakra. Base, sacral, and highest crown. Right? Your sacral and your highest crown chakra are connected, just like the crown chakra and the solar plexus. Okay. Um, Activates the rise of Kundalini energy, and that was like we got the Lovers card, right? We just talking about that. Timing, Scorpio, soul path, tantric union of opposites. So, hey, it's Sabado. It's Saturday. If you do have a divine partner, if you do have a partner, or again, it's about making love to yourself, loving yourself, and rising your kundalini. It doesn't necessarily have to do with like lustful sex, honestly. Like, you know, does it also incorporate that? Yeah, absolutely. Because once you find your twin flame and etc., like, yeah, I don't think you can count, right, the hours or orgasms that you have. So, and they're like full blown. It's not like you're not having to try. You just are, right? So that's the difference. Um, so once you discover things like that, and right, it's like once you have a real steak or right, what have you, or like fresh fruit from the vine, from like it's like, wow, that's so different than when you buy it in a store and it's already like come from like a boat and a truck or a plane. And I have a little ant crawling on me. And it's been already cut off. It's a natural source for how long, right? So way different, right? Or going to McDonald's or having some fast food, processed food that we've been eating, and then you have the real thing. It's like, what? It's like, okay, like once in a while you don't mind eating like fast food, kind of like if you have to, but that's not nutritious. That's not anything that's gonna, right, help our body to vibrate high. Yeah. So, you know, once you have the real thing, the knockoff or the fake is fine. Like, I'm not going to say anything about knockoffs because I could give a fuck about a label. I'm just talking about what is real and what's like, right, a copycat or something. If you're trying to be somebody or something else, you're never going to come in first. You're always going to come in second. That's the 555. That's where else do you want to come in? You can only be the best you that you could be. If you're trying to be somebody else, you're gonna always be disappointed, right? You're always gonna be in a shitty state of feeling and mind because your thinking is warped and fucked up. Because you're thinking that you don't have what you need. See, so that's lack of love for self, which is bullshit. You got to love yourself. You got to start loving yourself. You are loved. We are all loved. We were all made up from love. Whether we were, right, like, because we're all made here or created here in a different manner. So, maybe the way you got here wasn't by love. I mean, I don't know that the way I came was through love, you know, through humans with love. I mean, you know, a lot of immaturity and a lot of other shit that I'm not even aware completely of yet that I'm not gonna get into right now. But like, right? So there's like a lot of gaps, right, in the truth. And there's also, you know, but again, when we don't have awareness, it's like, you know, when people do shitty things, again, it's because they're feeling lack of love. So, right, y'all the Bayoth, when they're feeling abandoned, people, or when we're as people feeling abandoned, right, or we're being ignorant in words because we already know and we were already taught, and that's the way it is. So we're just we're not willing to see it any other way. We're just going to go into a corner and make a whole bunch of other people follow us so that we all get piled up into the corner. Okay? The narrow corner, that point. Because we're so determined to get to that point. See? So, again, that word is an energy that is unwilling. Right? It can't fix stupid. So if we want to be stupid and not be willing and just right, it's like, okay, well then, what do you want to say the word sheep or stupid or, and I don't like any of those words. Honestly, I don't use, I mean, I don't, it's like, again, you've heard me on how many times it's like even just using the word karmic. It's like I feel bad because it's like I don't want to just call people, it's like you're just a karmic. You're not just a karmic. We're all karmics to one another too, in a sense, have to create teach each other a lesson. But you know, so it's like right, the benefit of the doubt thing. So I apologize a lot where I don't need to. Especially when them motherfuckers could give a fuck about me, honestly, right? So, but it's like if I treat them how they're treating me, then what good does that do me? So it's like, no, I feel sorry for you. And, you know, I know what it's like to, you know, be, you know, there to teach or learn a lesson. Either way, that's what we're all doing. So don't worry about all the names and labels. It's pretty much what I'm saying. You know, twin flame, divine masculine, divine feminine, karmic, right? Soulmate, twin ray, twin soul. There's so many different, right? So what you are internally, you'll know. And, you know, something will let you know inside. It's like, yeah, I am that, or maybe I'm have something to do with that. So you'll have awareness within yourself, and then you'll be led down the right rabbit hole to do more, you know, research and internal digging to find out more about, you know, your soul. And that's your soul purpose right now, right? Is to go on a treasure hunt with Mother, Father, God. Right? It's the fall. So we're going to fall into ourselves and cut off what no longer serves us, right? Kill. Let go of what no longer serves us. Nobody better harm anything, anybody or anyone or anything, motherfuckers. Move, bitch. Get out the way. So, you know, as we keep swimming through our multi-dimensional, got a scare river, grilling. Okay. Okay, so mean. What happened?